Hey, Joe, can't you find a more flattering position to put the phone in? What is the deal with the ceiling fans? Why you always got to have a ceiling fan pointing something at the ceiling? Hey, man, videos have been around a long time. I've been making these videos for like more than 20 years. I had a MySpace. I found a girlfriend on MySpace. I moved out of town thanks to MySpace. Ashamed to say that that girlfriend and I, even though we remain friends, we're not friends right now. I'm here to talk about Naked Day, though, not involving that girlfriend. I believe Naked Day was a Wednesday. I wanted to record something about Naked Day and put it on TikTok. It's the Tic Tacs. That's what Trump calls TikTok, Tic Tac. He's the biggest thing on the Tic Tac, he says. It's complete bullshit. But anyway, I wanted to see if the TikToks would distribute the video, because I recorded a video the other day making fun of something, and they said that was a strike. You had to take some training. You have to learn about being more sensitive. All I had said was something about the clothing that Andrew Tate was arrested in. You got to see it. You should put in a clip right here. Anyway, Naked Day. Naked Day was a Wednesday. After my marriage broke up, I was, laying back on the couch, having a couple cats walk all over me. Big empty house, no refrigerator. Wife and kids moved out. I'm laying there thinking, I sure would like to smoke some weed. You know, one of the things that the soon-to-be ex, had put a stop to was me smoking weed, us smoking weed. We smoked weed like at least once a week, but she decided that was bad for us. My problem was I tried to comply to a lot of things, regardless of how stupid I thought they were. Because I wanted to get along. There was some get along going on anyway. Get along wasn't happening. I distinctly remember yelling to my dad and his wife, my stepmom, by God, I just want to have sex with my wife. Yelling it at the top of my lungs. Incidentally, I did eventually have sex, meaningless sex, and found out that what I was missing from my wife was, it was the sex, but really it was the relationship that was gone. We had marriage counseling, and the woman goes, okay, so let me get this straight. Christy's got all of these complaints. And they're definitely looking back at it now, 20-something years later. Yeah, she had a point. And she goes, and she turns to Christy and goes, his complaint is that, you just won't have sex with him. Here's, and there's two women. Here's our suggestion. Have sex with him. It'll just make everything better. He is literally saying it would make everything better. And you should just try to have sex with him again. When they took me aside, the woman's going, look. And she didn't say cheat on your wife. She just said, look, you're a very attractive man. I don't know if she was hitting on me. I'm like practically autistic on such shit like that. Sorry to use the term, but literally might be autistic on such shit. I've had women hit on me, and I look at it back 15 years later and go, she was hitting on me. But I promised not to do anything because she was married. I'm sorry, Jelly Bean. I'm sorry. That sucked. That was stupid. That was really stupid. Anyway, Naked Day was Wednesday. So I'm laying there going, hey, I sure would like to smoke some weed. And where can I buy some weed? Well, we were getting weed before was one of Christy's best friend's husband could get it from somewhere at work, I guess. And anyway, that's how easy it was for my ex to put it into that. She just put an end to him doing this favor for me. I didn't. Anyway, Naked Day was Wednesday. So I'm laying there thinking, who do I know that smokes weed? Well, the sister of someone I know, kind of a tough personality, former stripper, black sheep of her family. I'm figuring she probably smokes weed. So I call her sister that I know. She goes, okay, well, yeah, she probably does smoke weed, but listen, you need to be careful. She's an intense personality. I don't care. I'd met her sometime, somewhere, some family party or something. Her family worked for my family. In fact, she cleaned houses. She cleaned the offices where we knew her. She cleaned the offices, my family's offices. And she had babysat me and my brother a long time ago, the sister. I'll use names one of these days. But anyway, so I call her, say, hey, can I get the number, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll give you your number, be careful. So I call her sister and say, hey, you don't really know me. this is Joe, and blah, blah, oh yeah, I know you, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of a sensitive subject, but I'd really like to smoke some weed. She goes, oh, I got you, but I don't have a car. You need to come get me, and we'll go out and we'll get this weed. So I come get her, we go get this weed, and I smoke some of it with her, at least some of it with her, and come home, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this goes on for like 2 months. Every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever, I call her, maybe buy some weed, maybe smoke some weed. And she, there's always like errands because she doesn't have a car, and we have to drive all the way across town. The guy she knows is like in another little small town on the other side of Tulsa. He's a whole nother, oh man. I don't know, I have to find out if he's dead before I can tell you stories about this guy. A great guy, but scary guy, very scary guy. I thought about calling him before too because I had his number, but I wasn't going to call her without Tracy. So anyway, this goes on for months and months and months. And she's hitting on me, after a few weeks, she does hit on me a couple times. And they get a little more. I've decided that no, we're not gonna cross the streams here. I'm going through a divorce anyway, and I'm just pathetically obsessed with my wife. I mean, just high school sweetheart. Still fucking obsessed with her. She says, touch them. Christy's one of the funniest women I've ever met. She's like a Muppet. Fuck, I miss her. Anyway, she's also mean as hell and hates my guts. Has had me put in jail a couple times. A few times I deserved it. And the other few times, because of the violation of a protective order, I technically deserved it too. I just said, tell the kids I love them 3 times. Oh, that got me another 3 years of protective order. A total of 7 years of protective order. That's the reason my kids don't know me. But anyway, Naked Day. We're just going to see if TikTok does this. TikTok's not going to do this. And you're going to delete this after a few minutes, right? So, anyway, her passes on me. Eventually, move up to, and I'm in her apartment. She goes, oh, wow. Can I touch your chest hair? I'm like, what? No. And I went home. Next time, I let her touch my chest hair. She's touching, she's like, oh, yeah. And then eventually she's like doing this under my shirt. Look at that. And I just went home. So the next time I call her, hey, can we do the, yeah, but I got to warn you, she says, it's Naked Day. I just said, okay, it's Naked Day. Long drive over to her apartment. I'm thinking, what's Naked Day? I'm going to find out what Naked Day is. I'm thinking about it all the way over there. Okay. And then I have to wait out in the parking lot before I knock on the door or whatever because it's Naked Day. I can't show you my goosebumps right now. My goosebump. I got a goosebump. Gonna give it to you. Got a goosebump. Gonna give it to you. Anyway, Naked Day. Get over there. Naked Day. Turns out that she's hanging out in a big towel. It was like July and it's hot and it's a Wednesday, and so she's like, "Hey, let me just cool off and I'll get dressed and we'll go over." And I'm sitting on the couch, and while she's telling me this, there's a window air conditioner. There's only one air conditioner in the apartment. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's in the living room facing towards, back through the living room towards the bedroom. And she stands up, towel open. I can't see her, but she's holding her towel, cooling herself, talking to me. I'll just get dressed. I'm just sitting there, okay. So she gets dressed, and we go buy the weed and come back, smoke some, and Naked Day became Naked Day for both of us. So I was very happy about that. I love her too, but she was terribly sick that I didn't fall in love with her the way that I had fallen in love with Christy, and which is sad because Tracy's a much more honorable person than my ex. Oh, I'm married to Tracy now. Been married to her since, December 1st, 2007. She moved to Minnesota on like January 4th, 2008, and I haven't seen her since. Anyway, bye.